Hey, rich friends, it's your girl Cha reporting live from the Money Mantra, and we are back with another Forex education video. The purpose of this channel is to help as many people as possible become independent and profitable traders within the foreign exchange market. So, if that's something on your to-do list for this year, you are going to want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. If you get to the end of this video and you find that it's helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment to let me know what you learned. But more importantly, share this with another trader who you think that it will be helpful to. Now, I do have a lot of different videos and playlists from beginner to intermediate to trading in other markets. However, if you find that the videos are just not helpful enough, or you still need some more one-on-one assistance, you can find the information for my personal mentorship program down below. You can also follow me over on TradingView as well to never miss out on any of the trade ideas that I drop. So in today's quick video, I'm going to be showing you how to enter into a trade pretty much, and the entry signals that I look for when getting into a trade. I say this in a lot of my videos that there is a difference between a confirmation and a signal. So I'm going to be going over some entry signals that I like to use when I'm getting into my trades. So if you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know that I like to use as little indicators as possible. I don't like my chart too crowded. And just because I am teaching a lot of different people, I want them to feel comfortable using the free version of TradingView without having to upgrade to use many indicators. So the three indicators that I've chosen to use are the EMA. This can be the 200 or the 50 EMA. I also have the momentum line down here, and I have my stochastic line. So the first thing I'm going to be going over is what I look for when I'm looking for a buy. And this is pretty simple. If you can remember these things, you can practice pretty often and you'll be fine, right? So these are the buy confirmations, and you guys can write this down. If I'm looking for a buy, I first want to make sure that my candles are above my EMA, right? That means above this trend line. Because if you go back in the past, what you'll notice is that when the candles are above this trend line, the market tends to use this line as a level of support, and price doesn't usually get too much lower than it. It'll stay above and continue to buy. So if I'm looking for a buy, I want my candles to be above my EMA. The second thing that I want if I'm looking for a buy is I need my momentum line to be facing up, right? Because this isn't rocket science, guys. If the line is facing up, the market is going up. Same thing with my stochastic. Both of these indicators, the stochastic and the momentum line, are telling me about the direction and the momentum of the market. So if it's facing up, we can assume that the market is going up. If it's facing up, we can assume that the market is going up. And then we can literally see that the market went up because we had those simple indicators. Now, vice versa, if you were looking for a sell, you would want the candles to be falling below the EMA, letting you know price is below average and may continue to sell. You will also want to see that your momentum line is facing down and preferably below zero, which is this dotted line. You'll also want to see that your stochastic line is facing down. So those are pretty simple entry confirmations that I look for. But my entry signals, which means that, okay, this is a great time to get into this trade, would be something like this, right? So we can see for this short period of time, the market was below the EMA. It hit a low, and then it came back up, right? Now, what we notice here is that the candles have crossed back above the EMA. So once the candles cross above the EMA, that would be a great entry signal for me to get in for a buy, letting me know that the market has chosen sides and it wants to continue to buy. So once I add this with my other indicators, the stochastic, the momentum is facing up, the stochastic is facing up, I have a great buy trade. And we can see that's exactly what played out there. So my first entry signal, which is letting me know not only do I have my confirmations, but it's okay to get into this trade, is the candles have crossed above the EMA, and that's for a buy. Now, my second and third confirmations are very similar. Whenever you see the market has crossed from one direction to the other, is letting me know that this trade is going to be okay to take in that direction. So here we can actually see the cross up above 0 on the MOM. And then we can even see the cross up above the overbought line, right? So those cross ups are going to be great entry signals when looking for a buy, right? The market is no longer consolidating on a line. It's chosen that it wants to go up. Now I'm going to show you guys my entry signals for a sell, which is pretty similar. And we'll go from there. So let us look here at this example. We can see the market was clearly above the EMA for all of this time, right? The market actually crossed down, right? We have two instances of this. We can see the market actually crossed below the EMA, right? We have the cross down, so that's an entry signal, letting me know that it's okay to take this trade. I also have my MOM facing down, and I have my stochastic facing down. But the signal for this trade was the cross down, right? We have another example here. We have the cross down below the EMA. We have a second cross down on the MOM, and we have a third cross down on the stochastic. And as we can see, this trade actually sold for a very long time. The more cross downs you have, the better. So it was about 38 pips in a day or so. And depending on your lot size, this could have been a really great trade. But I'm going to do one more cross-up example and one more cross-down example so that you guys can see these are great entry signals for a trade. So here we can see the market was below the EMA for some time. We see that it hit it low and it started to go back up. Okay, perfect. So in order to know that this trade was going to continue to buy and it wasn't going to resist off the EMA, we have the cross up. The cross up, it's crossed above the 200 EMA. We also have the momentum line facing up. Another confirmation for a buy. And the stochastic, look at that, y'all. It's facing up. Plus, it has crossed above our dotted line, letting us know that it's okay to take this trade for a buy. And as we can see, if we would have gotten on this trade and took it up, that would have been 42 pips in about 2 hours and 45 minutes, which isn't bad. I typically set 40 pip TPs. So trade would have hit TP in about 3 hours, which is lovely. Now I'm going to do one more example of an entry signal for a sell. We can see the market was above the EMA. It crossed down, confirming that the trend has changed for the sell. Look at this. We have a second cross down on the momentum, and we have a third cross down on the stochastic, and it's facing down. So not only do we have the confirmations we need, but we also have the signals that said it's okay to go ahead and get into this trade. And if you're wondering when you should get out the trade, it can be once the market crosses back up in the opposite direction. So in this trade, as we can see, based on the cross down, again, I typically set my TPs at 40 pips. This trade would have hit TP within an hour and 30 minutes. And if I set a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio at 60 pips, I would have been able to secure all of those pips. So if this video was helpful and you really learned something, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you learned, and share this video with somebody else. Don't be afraid to reach out to me with any questions that you have or to sign up for personal mentorship, because everybody starts their journey somewhere. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope it was helpful. Until next time, rich friends.